Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Kelly here. You already know, we're in Kellyland. It's been a while, it's been a minute since we've talked. Last time you seen me, we were at the Midwest Diesel Society deal. I ran the 12 valve on the dyno. It was a super fun time. Haven't heard a whole lot out of us since then. To be honest, life has just been busy. It was a very productive yet very expensive summer, so the project's kind of slowed down there for a while. It's now getting into winter time here. Projects have just kind of slowed down there, but I've got something pretty interesting today. I'm going to head over to pick Dash up from daycare and then head over to a good friend of ours place. He's got a pretty interesting project, or a couple kind of interesting projects. We're going to go help get kicked off, I guess, and then yeah, we'll see what that's all about. So I guess one interesting thing that's happened is this thing joined the family. Unfortunately, it is 97 Grand Cherokee. Some of you that know me, or maybe had me on Instagram before we started the channel, I've always had a Jeep of some sort. I've had a handful of ZJs and WJ and XJ. It's been a few years since I've had one. The last one I had was an XJ, but I didn't have it for very long. I've been wanting to get another one, at least just to drive back and forth to work, if not build into another wheeling rig so we can get back to doing some of that kind of stuff. But I picked that thing up cheap. It was the mechanic's special, of course. And unfortunately, I have yet to figure out the problem with it. It's got a undiagnosed misfire, rough idle, backfiring condition. My first diagnosis was that it needed a tune-up and injectors, but we did that and that didn't work, so we started chasing things down. It doesn't like to talk to my OBD scanner. Man, the lighting is horrible today. It doesn't like to talk to my OBD scanner, so that does not help anything. But we'll get on that sometime. We'll get it fixed and do something with it, or we'll sell it and we'll move on to something else. But yeah, the other thing that kind of slowed projects down was this freaking turd. In the last video we did on it, I probably talked about having some plans for gauges and things like that, but it's just been a maintenance nightmare all year. The air conditioning quit working, and so we got that fixed, and then the water pump went out of it, so we got that fixed. And then it broke a coil spring, so we had to get new coil springs. Right now it's needing upper ball joints and stuff. I knew what I signed up for when I bought a high mileage truck. It's just unfortunate that we would like to do the fun stuff. You guys have heard me say before, I despise fixing broken things. I like spending money on performance parts and doing oil changes and stuff like that. I don't mind brake jobs and everything, but fixing broken stuff's no fun. It's no fun at all. We're on our way over here to town. That part one of the project is in between here and Dash's preschool. He's actually preschool, not daycare, but we'll swing by that first so you guys can check it out. Alright folks, so we're just a couple blocks away from this rig, and it's probably going to be kind of confusing at first, but you'll find out a little bit more later why he bought this thing and why I would possibly be making a video on it, or why I would possibly be making a video on it. Let's see if it's parked where I think it is. Oh yeah, she's right there. This is part one of the project. I'm not sure on the year. I'm sure we'll find out when he gets here. But we got a cab master. Previously a hostess. I don't know if it's a bread or a snack delivery rig here. Yeah, why would anyone buy an old, it's got to be late 80s, early 90s, bread van? If you know, if you think you have an idea, drop a comment down in the comment section. He bought that thing, probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I actually went down with him. He bought it in St. Louis off of the I.O.W.A. And I drove that thing home. I had to work. I forget what the deal was. I had to work the next morning and we got a late start, so we just blasted it home in the dark. It's governed at like 60 miles an hour or 55. St. Louis is like, I don't know, 4.5 hour drive. So it was about this time of year. So it's got no heat, no defrost, no windshield wipers, horrible lights, horrible brakes. But it was pretty fun driving it home against the governor or whatever. But
then can you tell him, can we borrow it?
You want to borrow it?
Yeah.
Maybe. We might get to drive it. Do you want to drive that thing?
Yeah.
Can you say hi to YouTube?
Hi, YouTube.
We're back over here. He's not here yet, but I'll give you a walk around. But anyways, this thing's been sitting here, oh, like I said, 5-6 years, maybe longer. But we got to get this thing revived so we can drive it back over to his place across town, and then we probably won't get started on anything too serious today, but we'll get all set up. We'll get our plans made and everything, don't you think? Should we make some plans? Should we make some plans?
Daddy, after we say, can we borrow it, then maybe we can sell it.
Steal it?
No, sell it.
Oh, share it?
Yeah.
Do you want to share it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks, we're about ready to get this thing cranked up, or at least try. But did you bleep bloop in the comments? Maybe you guessed already. Oh my, this hood is heavy. We have ourselves here a 4BT Cummins. It looks like a VE pump. I don't know for sure what they came with, and I've never looked under the hood of this thing before, but it's a 4-cylinder, 3.9 liter, 2 valve per cylinder turbo diesel. I don't know what they make for power. 400 foot-pounds of torque, maybe. Probably not. 250. I guess get you a walk around. It's a Cab Master. We're not sure what year it is. Maybe late 80s, mid 80s. All the tires are aired up. Used to deliver freaking ho-hos and Twinkies all around the Midwest, this old girl. Pretty heavy duty rig. Manual transmission. 4-speed. I couldn't remember if it was 4 or 5. But not much in the accoutrements. And then inside here we have part 2 of this project. More on that later. So this thing ran when it was parked. It's been sitting here a few years. We got the jump pack hooked up to it. Oh, it's alive. Let's see what happens. Neutralis. Oh. Technical difficulties. Let's leave that battery. Let that battery soak up some juice for a second and see what happens. Alright, we let the juice pack charge on that battery for a minute. See what happens. Need more juice. Well, unfortunately, the old Superstart 9000, whatever this thing is, didn't quite have enough juice for the old girl, so we got fresh battery. Get this changed out real quick and try her again, I guess. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our brand new Chinesium battery installed. Apologize for the film quality here. Working one-handed. We're talking to YouTube, bud. What do we think?
That's who that is.
That's Cody. Let's see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Alright, folks, we're going to cruise this thing on over to Scott's. If I can get it in gear. Release the parking brake here. Oh, we got clutches. We got clutchage. Let's go! Power steering leaves a little to be desired. Well, folks, there she is. Brakes are a little weak, clutch is a little weak, power steering's a little weak, but boy, she's a runner. Been setting for a few years, popped right off once we got a fresh battery. Single axle, single rear wheel, but pretty heavy duty. I don't know what its weight rating is. After talking with him, we got freshened up on the original plan. He has an International Scout that engine may go into, may not. And then the engine in the back is a like late 90s Vortec 5.7 that he knows is good. He's going to put it in a 90s Chevy pickup that currently has a cracked block. So may or may not end up pulling this motor apart first and throwing some goodies on it before it goes in the other truck, and then we'll probably help out with that project. You'll get to see some more on that, and then we'll probably help out with yanking this thing, and then I think he's just going to leave the body parked somewhere in the woods for storage. It's got a nice aluminum body, roll up door on the back, so it's kind of like a storage shed on wheels. But that's it for now. We're going to go in here and have a little Kelly Makey happy juice, and yeah, absolute blast to drive. If you ever get a chance to drive something like this, go do it. It's just big and clunky and loud. Pretty ridiculous amount of power for as small as it is, which I'm sure is just because it's geared so low. But yeah, well guys, we made it back home. We ended up getting the bread van over to Scott's. Not supposed to say his name. Backed it up to the shop, got the cherry picker, pulled the engine out of the back of it, got some stuff took off of it and put it on the engine stand. He's going to work on that tonight, getting all the accessories and wiring and stuff pulled off of it. Sounds like he's going to do different heads and a different cam on that guy, and then he's not sure if he's going to go carbureted maybe, or go with like your Holley what are they, Terminators or something like that. The looks like a carburetor, but it's fuel injection, tunes itself in and all that. So that would be pretty cool to see that. But it sounds like we're going to get a help out on that project, so we should have some more content on that if that's something you're interested in. Talking to him some more tonight. It doesn't sound like he's going to pull the 4B anytime soon. So he wants that van to be able to move around and stuff and use it for storage. But until then, one day we'll get to do something cool with that. But that's kind of more up our alley. But yeah, a little different video tonight, but we wanted to get something out there, and should be some more content coming in soon, hopefully. Maybe some more guest stars. I guess he wasn't really Buddy's house, who owns the bread van. He's not very technical. What is it? Technology positive. Not real big on social medias and all that stuff. So he didn't want to be filmed, but we should have some more content from him and some other people. Potentially. So if that's something you want to see, drop it in the comments. If there's something specific you want to see more of, drop that in the comments too. But until next time, guys, catch you on the next one.